Coach Jeff Browning here with another coaching tip, night running. So I am right in the middle of preparing for Cocodona 250. I've done a ton of 100 milers and 200 plus over the last 26 years. So I've had a lot of experience night running. Most of those times I've done without pacers too, so I've been by myself. I've done, an FKT on the Colorado Trail, which was 7 nights out. And so, I've run through the night a lot, and I wanted to give you guys some really good tips on night running. Number one, lights. You do need lights. So I find that 2 lights are the best option. So I personally use a headlamp and a waist lamp. So I have one that goes on my head. Turn my hat around backwards. One goes on my head. One goes on my waist. And this gives me redundancy, meaning I have 2 lights, so if one gave out, I'd still have a backup. The other thing, I do carry both of these lights. I use the exact same rechargeable battery, and it's a replaceable rechargeable too, so I carry an extra battery, so if I needed to change in an emergency, and it'll work with either one. It's compatible with both. And the other thing I find is halfway through the night, like whether I have a drop bag or crew, it's good to do a battery swap or a light swap in the middle of the night. So I personally have another setup, so exact same setup, and we just swap lights out halfway through the night. And know your run time and battery life on each setting. So like on high, I only get about 5 hours. On medium, I get like 7 or 8. So I run on medium most of the time, and that gets me well through halfway through the night. So I'm proactive in changing my lights. Number 2, besides lights, obviously running at night's a little different. So just adjusting to night running. Sometimes you might have to slow down a little bit depending on your light setup. Now I have like I said, I have a headlamp and a waist lamp, and one of the things I find is if I make the waist lamp shine right in front of me and the headlamp more out away from me for more like spotting flags and course markers and wildlife and things like that, and identifying wildlife. We'll talk about that in a second. But I find that the light on my waist, because it's at a lower angle, it casts shadows on the back sides of roots and rocks and defines them. Whereas if I just have a headlamp, it kind of flattens the light and it's harder to see obstacles. So I highly recommend wearing a waist lamp or something lower, plus a higher one for like your head on a swivel, and you can look off into the woods and still have everything right in front of you lit up. And I think the other thing to think about while running at night is really layers, because it is going to cool down. Some locations are going to cool down 20-25 degrees at night. Some places like deserts might drop 35 or 40 degrees. So, and you might have a wind chill factor. So knowing the forecast, my base kit always is a shell, and I brought my pack, so I got a little show and tell. If it's really cold, I have a micro down coat that goes in the back that I can layer. Pants, hooded jacket, both of these are waterproof, so, and very, very packable. So they pack down pretty small. I have even lighter stuff if it's windproof and there's no chance of rain, but these are my base kit. If there's any chance of moisture, having some kind of waterproof layer is really nice. And then also maybe some kind of an insulation long sleeve layer is really nice to have as well. But just making sure that you have the layering system for nighttime, buff, gloves, making sure that you're ready for nighttime running. Wildlife. One of the things you want to do is, if you see wildlife, identify it. Usually it's just a deer or an elk or something like that. You catch glowing eyes at night, but the animals are out at night. So, knowing the proper protocol for dealing with a specific kind of animal, whether it's a mountain lion and make yourself huge and trying to make yourself scary and not prey, or whatever, if it's a moose, you're avoiding that thing like the plague, and don't make it mad so it charges you. So things like that, like things you have to deal with at night, you'll probably see some wildlife. And if you do, identify what it is, know what to do in that situation. I recommend knowing what kind of animals you might encounter on the run you're gonna do. And that way you can do research on what's the proper etiquette for that specific kind of animal. I've run into mountain lions at night. Most of the time I've been able to just blind them with my lights and yell and make myself big and just try to make myself a question mark and then back away and keep my eye on it until I'm well away from it. So for example, I've run into multiple mountain lions at night where I caught eyes, I faced it off, at 20 or 30 meters, yelled at it quite a bit, kept it blinded so it didn't know really what I was, and it just stays there and watches you. And then I backed away, and then eventually I started moving away from it, and then I would scan behind me every 40 or 50 yards to make sure it wasn't following me. But you can do things like that. So just knowing what to do in specific situations with specific kinds of animals. So other additional tips to night running. Fueling strategies at night. One of the things, it will be cooler usually at night. You don't have UV index or exposure to the sun. So we usually don't have to quite drink as much per hour at night. So you might want to keep in mind that if you are getting some of your calories from a drink, you won't get as many calories per hour from that drink because your drink rate is lower at night because it's cooler. So a lot of times you'll need to up your nighttime calories. Because you will be burning a little bit of extra calories just from trying to stay warm, if it's chilly, if there's a wind chill factor, things like that. So just, take those things into consideration when you're running through the night. Go use that in your training. Giddy up.